A lot of the brands that we work with struggle quite a bit with returns. They build their e-commerce platforms. They invest a lot of time into developing the products, building the brand, building the products to life so that customers may make the purchase. But unfortunately, I've seen that returns, which according to reports on an average is about 30% in e-commerce, disproportionately affects small businesses than it does large ones, because large businesses can absorb that, and in a lot of cases businesses usually transfer the additional expenses associated with returns to the customers, or rather they take into account the returns when they build up the pricing model for the business that they have. So I just wanted to share a few reports that have come out. So one article that I was reading is that in 2023, the returns would amount to about $620 billion, which is a wild sum of amount. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be more than that. And every year there seems to be a growing trend of returns that seem to be happening, and it's affecting quite a bit. On an average is 30%, and in certain categories like apparel, the return percentages are even more. And what's more, the not just the returns increasing, but the fraudulent returns are increasing as well, which I've seen many times in the brands that we work with. We see customers returning fake products or different products, or products that are obviously used for their purpose and then returned in a damaged format. Platforms like Amazon heavily penalize sellers, or rather they take the side of the customers when it comes to returns, and any argument, any disagreement, any arbitration usually falls in the favor of the customer. And it just annoys me, because I've seen how much it impacts small businesses. It not just causes a dent in their revenue cash flow, because the sellers usually have to eat the price of the returns. It also negatively affects their organic sales rank, it affects their reviews, and it affects the growth of their products. And in e-commerce platforms where margins are pretty low, I believe that it negatively affects a lot of small businesses. And I just wish there was a way where fraudulent returns could be reduced. And it is becoming a huge problem. For example, in 2023, there's another report that says it's increasing 20% year over year. There are companies that do refund as a service, in lieu of the challenges that are being faced. And obviously for Amazon customers, we know that returns are practically free for any reason within the first 30 days. You would have given it a thought on how is it that returns are free, because somebody has to pay for shipping, because UPS does not ship products for free. That is not in the business model. So then how does Amazon able, or rather force, the sellers to have this or give this option for returns? And this cost obviously gets transferred to the brands that sell on these platforms. So it's really annoying. I just wish that the fraudulent returns for sure need to be reduced, but also just make it so that the returns that do happen because the product is at fault, it hopefully gets minimized. But one could argue on the other side that ease of returns is one of the reasons why e-commerce is booming quite a bit. It's one of the reasons why Amazon has practically become a monopoly at this time. So there are pros and cons to it, but I just wish there was a better way for the whole system to work, so that the small businesses who enter the e-commerce realm do not shut down or do not stop growing because of this prevalent problem that exists right now. So I really hope there's a solution soon.